Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to another game of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Now you may be thinking that I got my camera set to the wrong person right here. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, you're fully aware that I've been, playing mostly Zerg for pretty much my entire StarCraft career. I started playing in Wings of Liberty Beta, and I basically picked up Zerg in the Wings of Liberty Beta. However, ever since I started this YouTube channel as well, I've been having, I don't know exactly how many, but it's been a lot of people that have asked me, hey, do you know someone that can make Terran videos, or someone that makes like similar content for Protoss or something like that? I was like, no, I kinda knew some people that would do similar content, but very few people are actually still around. So in Legacy of the Void, we basically see this nice reset in skill level, right? Like a lot of people that were extremely good at the game will drop down a lot, mainly just because there's new units and there's new changes to the game, and the meta has to still settle down. And I figured this would be a great time for me not to just abandon Zerg or anything like that. I still absolutely love playing Zerg, it's my main race. However, I also really do want to mess around a little bit more with some actual Terran and Protoss play. So right here you can see me play some Protoss. I'm up against a master level Terran player, and this was one of the first games where I actually felt like I was playing pretty okay. Okay, I'm not great with Protoss, I'm not great with Terran. We're currently ranked 1 Diamond, and I actually ended up winning a Grandmaster level tournament while picking random, which was a completely different story. I can talk about that later. But basically, I've been playing some Terran and some Protoss as well as playing Zerg. I still think I play about, ever since Legacy of the Void has been released, I think I play about 2/3 Zerg and then like 1/3 random or something like that. I've been having a blast though playing Protoss and Terran. Like honestly, it feels like I've all of a sudden, learned the game from a much different perspective. And I've actually, for example, also learned how annoying something like Overlord drops and Nidus Worms and whatnot are if you're up against a Terran player that's going for mech by playing mech myself. So it's been kind of eye-opening, and it's been a ton of fun to actually be playing these other races as well. So in this specific game, I'm up against a master level Terran player, and as you may have already noticed by the production tab, my opponent decided to put 2 barracks on my side of the map, and he's going to be very annoying with these units called Reapers. Now obviously, like I see, the Void Reapers have gotten this new little ability that allows them to throw mines and all that stuff, and I'm trying to defend against this. The only problem is that at this point in time, I went for a Nexus first against the Protoss player, followed up by a Gateway and Cybercore, and also the double gas guys. So I've been playing an extremely greedy style. A lot of people actually that watch the stream regularly have actually told me that I play a very, Zerg-like style, where I've even gone like double Nexus before the spotting pool and all that kind of shenanigans. But honestly, things have been going quite well. I've been beating master level players, even facing a Grandmaster here and there, while Terran and Protoss with a random account, right? Just to clarify, by the way, I got a second account for this, so I got 2 accounts right now, one that I'm playing random on, and one that I am playing Zerg on. So currently we're on this one, we're rank 1 Diamond, and the other one we are, I don't know, like High Master somewhere. But anyways, so I'm fighting the Terran pieces right here. Did get my Mothership Core out, which means that the Photon Overcharge is gonna eventually be able to defend this. I just have to be very careful, because I know for a fact that these mines can actually kill off my units. For that very reason, I decided to put a pylon in my mineral line, and I also produced a Stalker, just to make sure that I can pick away at those Reapers. Now, by seeing the amount of Reapers, I know very well that he's built the spawning, or the barracks rather, and likely multiple barracks on my side of the map. Just the timing of those things was much too quick. So it's pretty obvious right now that my opponent invested a lot of early game resources to try and get those Reapers out early on. And that's exactly what we see. At this point in time, even though I've been taking a lot of damage, I'm actually up a whole bunch of Harvesters. And even though he managed to kill 7 workers right there, I thought I dealt with that relatively well. I probably should have delayed the second gas geyser a little bit, and potentially even pulled like 2 workers out of it, just so I can actually get the Stalker out slightly faster and whatnot. But all in all, I feel like I'm on the right track. Now, as far as strategies go, and as far as build orders go, I have definitely been watching a lot of, pro-level games from Terran and from Protoss players as well. It's kind of fascinating to sort of not follow those. And it may be a little bit weird, because I focus a lot on like teaching people build orders and whatnot when I play Zerg myself. But it's kind of eye-opening to not focus so much on build orders and just sort of try and mess around, just because it actually teaches you the game as well. So there's a lot of like really stupid losses that I've had. One, for example, in Terran versus Terran that I've noticed a lot is the opponent simply going for Reapers, and I go for like a command center first, and I just lose. I didn't realize that Reaper openers are the standard, for the reason that Marines get wrecked by them, and CC openers and whatnot pretty much all get wrecked by them as well if you skip the bunker. And that's something that may be very obvious if you're a Terran player, but I didn't really know that. So it's been kind of eye-opening to sort of mess around. So here's my general plan right now when I play Protoss versus Terran. So either I play a macro-focused style where I try and get out as many units as possible and focus on like the disruptors and whatnot, and get maybe even a Colossus or 2 out, but mostly like Blink Stalker into disruptor, that kind of style with 3 bases and whatnot. But since I've gained the early game advantage in this specific game, I have decided to instead switch towards Blink Stalker. The idea behind Blink Stalker play is that my control is likely, and I say likely, gonna be better when it comes to smaller armies, just because I've been playing so much in Zerg vs Zerg, and you know, you may basically micro your ass off with relatively small armies and you just split up your armies all that way. So I've been focusing a lot on Blink Stalker play as well, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do in this one. Now, I am by no means a great Protoss player, okay? I am by no means the best Protoss player that you can be learning from, but I feel like we're getting to the point where I can at the very least, you know, start teaching some basics, right? I can start showing you some things that I think I am pretty confident at playing with. And while I definitely may not playing it perfect, and while I definitely may be cutting a lot of corners here and there, I actually starting to feel relatively safe. And relatively strong while playing both Terran and Protoss. So I decided to follow this up with a proxy pylon on the other side of the map, and obviously I'm also getting the robotics facility as well as some extra gases. The reason for the robotics facility is so I can switch into Blink Loco. Whew, that was a terrible blink. What the hell was that? I also have started, added on the robotics facility so I can switch into Immortal play, and that's exactly what I'm trying to achieve here. So I'm just simply microing the army the best that I can do, and just trying to make sure that they don't lose anything. If I can break a bunker, that's great. But at this point, I know that there's a big chance I got the economy advantage. If we take a look at income, just because my opponent, you know, wasted a heck of a lot of income early on just to try and get that, you know, that easy win with the Reapers, I figured if I just do a lot of damage right now and do a lot of aggression right now, I'm likely gonna be able to simply overrun him eventually by just blinking back Stalkers. Now, I do have to be very careful, because I know that Medevacs are going to be extremely good in combination with the Stimpack that he has. Now, the other option that I could be going for right now, and that I probably should be going for, looking back at this game, now that I've actually been playing some higher level players as well, like Mid-Masters and whatnot, I probably should just simply expand and get up to Disruptor Balls and whatnot. But in this specific game, I'm really committed towards these Blink Stalkers. I'm like, alright, whatever. I'm just going to keep on going. So I'm trying to micro my very best right now, blinking back the weakened Stalkers, trying to not lose my Mothership Core for no apparent reason. I fail on that second point, however, my Blink Stalkers are for the most part still alive. Trying to make sure that I lose as few of those as possible, making sure that I blink back the weakened one, and seeing the energy on those Medefacts, I feel relatively confident. I know right now that my opponent is not gonna get any more healing, so I can actually decide to blink forward right now as well. I don't actually do so, just to make sure that I, you know, will be allowed to, you know, potentially blink down the ramp if he had a couple of units waiting for me right there. Now, the very reason that he's also pulled a couple of SCVs, I am just confident at keeping on this aggression. I'm also rallying Immortals across the map right now, probably also not the best thing to do. One of those things that you never see any pro gamers do either, but it's honestly extremely powerful if they manage to get across the map just because they can tank so much damage. And I'm just gonna continue warping it. At this point, it's, yeah, 28 Harvests versus 47, and I'm fully aware of this advantage because my opponent just simply didn't have a lot of units. At this point, I'm like, alright, he doesn't have a lot of army, so I can likely use my Immortal to tank as much damage as possible, so I'm allowed to eventually finish off the Terran player. On top of that, if I keep on attacking right now, there's a very big chance that every time he stims, the Medevacs deplete their energy, and they will not be able to actually continue onwards with this aggression. I likely, honestly, looking back at this once again, now I watched the replay, I should probably just be target firing down the Medefacts, because that's really the only thing that is allowing him to stay in this game. At this point though, it is not looking that amazing for me anymore. However, I do still have a lot of armies still coming in, still Immortals walking across the map right now as well, and the Medefacts are still extremely low. I can go ahead right now and just simply keep on blinking back and forth, and knowing that his income is going to be smaller, I'm expecting him to run out of resources very shortly, knowing that the main bases are going to be mined out right around 10 minutes. And here we go. I do indeed see my opponent push with the SCVs. He's trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. Medevacs are 100% out of energy, and my opponent decides to leave the game. As you can see, I'm actually staying in the game a little bit longer because I did play this on the live stream, and I was very happy with the progress that we've made so far. But I hope you guys will enjoy the content that I am gonna try and make for Terran and Protoss. I can't really give you like an estimated time on when exactly I'm expecting those things to go up on the YouTube channel, but let me know down below if there's any particular matchups that you would really like to see me play. I also want to actually put up a Terran video, hopefully by next week, so I can show you some reasonable play as well. As far as like skills go right now, I think my Zerg is like high masters right now. I think my Protoss is probably low masters, and I think my Terran is somewhere mid to high diamond. My Terran is definitely my weakest right now, but the thing is, the nice thing about Terran is that you can just sort of play Marine Marauder, Medevac, or Mech every single game without really knowing any build orders. Don't tell the Terran players, guys, but that's my experience so far. But I'll go over that in the next video. If you're interested in checking that out, hit the like button down below, and also make sure you subscribe so you get a notification as soon as I upload it. I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one. Boop!